Welcome back to the Artist Coaching Podcast. Wait, wait, wait. Yeah. And for people who watch every week, you might see
Or
some
listen.
or listen. You might see or hear something different. You might miss a person, a
Do we
trusted
miss
voice.
somebody?
Yeah, a trusted voice, like a warm voice who normally is
Oh
here.
yeah, the
Um,
annoying Jay Hardway.
yeah, sometimes he brings balance into the conversation. Sometimes he doesn't. But
No,
yeah,
we
he's
miss him.
he's missing, and he has a good reason though, because he became a dad for the second time. So
Yay!
congratulations, Jay.
Do you
He's
still remember the name of his newborn?
of his newborn.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Do you know if it's a girl or a boy?
I guess it was a girl, right? Yeah.
It's a girl, and her name is Ivy.
Oh yeah, Ivy. Yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
that's the difference between somebody who's actually interested and somebody who's not interested.
dude, I got so many people who are pregnant around me. I just don't keep track anymore. It's like the amount of kids that I have around me right now is just.
All I hear is blah blah
You know
excuses,
what they say
blah
in the
blah.
Netherlands, right? It walks out of the hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works. Well, actually, now it's a big thing here in Holland politically. A politician was talking about that the birth rate is not high enough.
Yeah, it's a big discussion, right? I
Yeah,
guess Elon Musk is also one of the guys who says that we need more people to keep up the
yeah.
productivity.
Well, if we are like a productivity house, then maybe they're right. But yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it's about different things.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
your connection is outstanding again. I think I see 4 pixels. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not on my. I'm on my Wi-Fi, not on my phone.
There you
So,
go. You fucked up.
yep. Hey, I can give you excuses right now, or just say, "I'm sorry, man. I
I
forgot.
fucked up. Yeah.
I'm only human,"
So can you go to
which is
5G?
also an excuse. Yeah, I can. But then I have to go out and then come back in. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll wait for 2 seconds.
Okay. See you in a sec.
Yep. So that was Ralph being Ralph with his technical issues as always. But yeah, as I said, Jay isn't here because he became a dad again. So congratulations to him. We have got a couple of topics lined up for you this week. A few things that have happened in the music industry which are notable, and we want to talk about the pros and cons of self-releasing. There he is. I said it, and not just like just 1 minute in, 2 minutes in, and I already mentioned it. So it's great to that we've managed to get that deal. There he is. Hey,
Hello.
he's
Hello.
back. That's much better. I
Thank
was
you.
just saying that um, a few things have happened over the past week. Did you notice Fat Man Scoop died?
Yes. Yeah. Insane, man.
Another
On
legend
stage also, huh?
on stage. Yeah, holy shit.
Dude. Yeah. Well.
He wasn't that old, like in his 50s or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Insane, man. Shocking. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, it can happen, of course, but still. Yeah. I mean, Fat Man Scoop, especially in dance, he has some real dance floor anthems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just shocking. I mean, also that the on stage part makes it just so
Yeah.
more. But it's actually also special or something, but way
Yeah.
too early. Yeah, it must
In
be
some
hard on
kind
the
of way,
family
it's
and
the
all.
best way to die if you're an artist, like just
Yeah, but
dying
you'd
on
rather
stage.
be 87 or something.
Yeah, like 50 is in his 50s
Yeah.
is really young. Um, like to me, I always have to think about his voice, like Fat Man Scoop, Fat Man
Yeah,
Scoop.
yeah.
Like in those
How can you do it once again? Because
Fat Man Scoop.
mm,
Nailed it,
beautiful, beautiful.
nailed it. Yeah, but he
Yeah.
like especially about 15 years ago or something when I played like eclectic and played different kinds of music in the set, and there always was like 2 3 songs of him in a set. Like
Hmm.
he had his prime moment back then, I would say. Um, but yeah, another legend gone. It's a
Yeah.
shame.
It's a shame. Yeah. Well, Um, it's weird because I feel like the whole dance scene or a lot of performers, not even in the dance scene only, but there's not a lot of youngsters getting at it. It just the world gets older and older, and
Yeah,
there are of course youngsters, but it's not as much as it used to be. And I mean, like Tiesto is in his 50 in his is in his 50s now. I mean, Carl Cox is really old. I don't even know, maybe 60. Guetta is in his 50s.
yeah,
I think only Armin is not that old. He's like 46, 47. I don't know. Or maybe I'm insulting him right now. But
yeah,
that laid back Luke, of course, is
yeah.
near 50. So I don't know what.
I was actually
And then
talking.
52 is not old.
No, it's not old at all.
No.
I was talking about that yesterday actually with someone. Like, how is it possible that if you look at the scene today, most of the, let's say, the bigger artists are still the older ones that were big when we were kind of starting out, right? So it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
change
The
that
only
much.
newest addition is still Garrix, but he's been
Yeah,
here for 10 years now also. So
yeah.
he's, yeah, even though he's like 28, 29
Well,
or something.
what could be the reason? Like because to me, um, I think what has a lot to do with it is that an artist's career, unfortunately for most artists, is a lot less sustainable for most artists because they kind of
Mhm.
become big through TikTok or whatever, and then they have their 1 year of fame and they go down because they haven't built like a consistent fundament or something.
Oh, that's
Um,
true.
so I kind of feel like something's there connected with that, so that all the other artists are used to building a long-term career while everyone these days is focused on the
Yeah.
short term.
Well, but the world is just such a fast-paced place now.
Mm-hmm.
And it also is for that. I mean, we got the chance to just build. It was not really like this momentum, like a momentum burst, but we got the time handed to us to build a fan base over time. And I think that's nowadays because we're so fast in our consumption of entertainment or whatever, that
Mm-hmm.
just new artists don't get that chance to build that fan base like more sustainable, more over time. People just hop from one artist to the other, whereas the ones that had, let's call it a first mover advantage, they're like these acquainted names that never. We have this legacy status,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's a hard thing to acquire now
Yeah.
because yeah, if you don't have that status already, then it's easier to be forgotten. It works in a weird way now.
But I guess it's still possible to build that, well, not necessarily legacy status, but to build that fan base. I just think it,
Definitely, yeah. Look at
yeah,
my pay. I just saw him on the socials. That's why that name comes up. But he's also a young guy, and he just boom got catapulted into the scene and is really making a good fan base for himself. And yeah, he will go away anytime soon. But
no,
there have also been a lot of names that had big hits, and one that comes to mind now is like DJ Regar. We had like a
who's that?
few big hits. Yeah, if you look him up, he has like songs you really know. But still, that you have to say or ask, who is that?
Mm,
Says for me enough. For me, he's big, but yeah,
mm.
I can get it also that, yeah, they he performs, and then, I mean, it's also hard to write a second big hit. Come on. Well, we can look him up and see how he's doing. I think he's doing okay, but yeah,
Yeah, but maybe it comes down to what Luke has also been saying in that podcast episode is that you also need to find peace in the fact that you have ups and downs in your career, and you kind of
definitely.
need to keep the motivation up to keep working, even when things are not as like
Here,
high as
by the
you
way,
see.
the guy you don't know, he has 12.3 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Holy
He has
shit.
Ride It, which has 1.4 billion plays.
Is
And
that
then he has 300, 400 million, 177, 107, all millions of
but that was
plays.
the TikTok hit, right? The Reddit. Ride it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the TikTok hit. So there you have it.
and
Yeah.
still he did a really good job because if I see the other tracks, he made some waves, some multiple ones. But still, I don't see him being on main stages or whatsoever.
No, but that's the
He
thing.
should he deserves more, in my opinion. But you don't get the chance now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. What I mean, like he might have built a lot of listeners on Spotify and maybe a following on TikTok, but those are not real fans. That's the whole problem. You know, like the statistics might tell you that you're doing great, but there's no depth in the relationship with your fan.
Now let's look at his TikTok and Insta because
Yeah, I'm
that's
pretty curious. I
always
think his TikTok might be big because the song was big there.
I have
How,
no clue.
how do you write it? Fun.
Regard, Regard.
Uh, DJ Regard. I'll check his Instagram. 388.
Yeah, I'm on his Instagram. And it's not so bad. It's not like really hype.
Not too big, not too bad, but
No.
maybe what's also part of the deal is that we like what we tend to do is we only focus on like those, let's say, 15 names that have the legendary status as you mentioned, but there's a
I
big
see he's in the sun a lot, so he's doing well.
yeah, but there's a big group of artists underneath there. So let's call it the A tier, and then Chester and stuff is like triple A tier. But in that A tier, there's a lot of artists in there that you might have never heard of, but still are doing pretty well for themselves. And I kind of feel like Regard is in that area right now.
Yeah. I probably also miss him. I see him playing a lot at Tomorrowland. Also, he's actually playing a lot of stages we do because I see here Ushuaia and
You
he's
just never
us.
saw him. It's
Yeah.
all AI created, man. All AI.
Yeah. No, but I also see his TikTok is not really super vibrant. I mean, his latest post, he then sometimes have like these bursts, but we all have it. Um, but if I look at his hits, man, it's insane. He has big hits, and then, in my opinion, he should be playing more and better. I mean, everybody knows his hit record, and
Yeah,
some of the others you also know.
yeah,
We don't have that. Why are we
yes.
playing the same stages? That's because we had that first mover advantage, if I can call it like that,
Hmm.
and we got the patience of the whole of all the people to build your fan base, to build your momentum. But nobody gets that now. It's now so fast paced and come and go.
But do people don't get it, or are they not willing to be patient and build it?
Now we're just being programmed that way because of all the stuff that's out there. And yeah, I mean, for me also, sometimes yeah, you take the stupid phone and all of a sudden you're browsing, laughing about stupid memes and I don't know what.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
all know how it goes. Yeah,
yeah. In some ways, you are right. Like I still do believe that it's as you said, we're programmed like that. So even when we started 15 years ago, we were also programmed like that, and we also had distractions. Obviously, a lot less, but still distractions.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think it also has to do with partly having a mindset of accepting the fact that it's going to take a lot of time and you need to be consistent. So yeah, as you know as well, right? Doing something like this for 15 years straight, it's hard. You know, sitting in the
To
studio
be
every
honest,
day.
also, if I look at his career, and obviously he's still doing fine, but if you start out with such a big hit, man, the pressure, I couldn't even cope
It's
with it.
always
It's
this. You
That's
always go
maybe the
down.
hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's the best, but also the hardest. Yeah,
I
you
kind of
always want
feel
to improve.
I kind of feel like Garrix is one of the guys who managed to kind of stay at least at the same level and maybe even top it afterwards.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because that for him was the same question. Like after Animals, do you drop down or do you kind of keep the pace up? And
No,
um,
he kept the pace up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that has been his superpower. And for most people, especially with those TikTok hypes and stuff, it's hard to live up the hype, right? It's hard to live up the quality or the quantity or like anything once everything starts to go so crazy in your life when you go viral with something. And that's why I'm such a big fan of first building the fundament
Mm.
before you get big. But yeah, sometimes it just
Yeah, but you
happens.
never know. I mean,
Yeah,
also a guy like Jengi, who's a really great producer, and he had the hit record. I don't know what was called. I don't know.
I know which one it is with the baby
Yeah, but it was
dancing.
out for a year already, and then all of a sudden it got and there was this meme video of the little kid in the
Yeah,
snow,
yeah,
and people were playing the record. I mean, it had a lot of support. It wasn't doing nothing because it's also a cool record, and then all of a sudden, bam, he just blew up,
yeah.
and yeah try to get that same you have the pressure of having a hit record, and people are expecting of you to make the next one. There's nothing harder than that, I think.
Yeah, I believe so too. And it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, you could say.
But hey, there's also people who are really good at it. I mean, aforementioned Mao P, actually, he's doing really great. It's insane to see. I really like it, and he really makes a difference, and he's really making waves, and he's really getting that that cult status. That yeah, how did I mention it before? Like
Legacy.
legacy status. Yeah, yeah, he's really working it. It's cool to
Okay.
see. So, and there are many more who are doing really good.
Yeah. Before we continue, I would like to point out that if you are listening right now or watching, and if you are planning to come to ADE, we have recently launched our event. It's not like publicly available yet, but for the community it is. So if you are interested and if you are in the Discord community, go to the ADE tab and you'll find a link there with a special 20% discount for the community. So there's limited spots available. If you are planning to go to ADE, it will happen on Friday between 12 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We will be having lunch, so a hangover breakfast maybe. Um, yeah, just go there. It will go live later, but right now it's already live for the community with a 20% discount. So yeah, you can find it in the Discord. What I wanted to talk about today is a topic that we love to talk about, self releasing.
Oh man.
And I want to talk about the pros and the cons because there there's like a camp of artists who are pro and there's a camp of artists who are against self releasing, and they all have their reasons. And I was like, let's just go over those reasons and see what the most viable option is for an artist these days. First of all, Ralph, are you a fan of self releasing?
We never do it.
Why not?
Bon appetit, by the way.
Thank you.
Um, why not? First of all, we're busy with so much different stuff. Uh, I can't be. I don't want to have that stuff on me as well. You gotta outsource certain tasks. Cannot do it all yourself. Plus, we have a good collaboration with labels like Smash the House, of course. We do a lot with Spin-In. Yeah, we're even planning. We have good relationships with Revealed, with who I really would like to do another release. Rave Culture, and they're doing really good jobs. Yeah, they take a piece of the pie, but it's also pretty convenient for you. You can focus on other stuff, like making even more music.
Yeah. But
And
I can imagine that right now you might be in that position, but let's say 12 years ago you didn't have those options of releasing at like A labels and having people being able to outsource it. If you would place yourself in that position again, would you look at
yeah,
it differently?
the thing is, there's more ways to look at it. but the main reason is, why do you make the music? It's dance music and supposed to make people dance. So people should play it somewhere they dance as well, not only in your own home. So if you don't get the support or whatsoever, and you send it out and nobody reacts, that might be a sign that it might is maybe not good enough. It's also a possibility.
Or no one
On the
heard
other
it.
hand, yeah, huh?
Or no one heard it because it never
Or
really
no
come
one
on the
heard it.
radar.
That's also a possibility. But I would always first focus on getting that DJ support. If that's the music you make, I
Hmm.
mean, I also follow these guys called Schothagen. I mentioned them before, and
Hmm.
they're really amazing, and I'm a big fan. Their music is not being supported. They make this cinematic, deep techno stuff, and it's not for everyone. And if you're in that kind of a niche, man, self-releasing is probably the way to go. But it's always good to partner with people that have other experience than you have, or more experience, more knowledge, because yeah, we're people, we're limited, and it's good to get good partnerships. That being said, not every label is a good fit.
And I guess
Yeah,
that's the point that I'm trying to make. As in the early stages of your career, if you don't have the option to get signed to a major label yet, if you don't have the connections, if you maybe not even have the quality or whatever, um, and you only have options between C, D labels, whatever, um, would it be smarter to release it yourself over releasing with labels who
yeah.
probably
I'm not a big fan. I would always get that DJ support if dance music is what you make. There is a lot in your niche, in your area. There are people who could play it, and if you don't get any support,
yeah, but
yeah.
if the label also isn't capable of giving you any support, why would you release with a label?
Oh no, but if they don't get support either, I wouldn't work with them anymore. But
Yeah.
they have their ways of distributing it. I mean, that's why they're a label, and especially when they're an label, yeah,
Yeah. With
they
an A
they
label, I get it because their
no,
promotion
but
is.
I don't think a label is the first thing you should look at. Also, I would always try to build some fan base on SoundCloud or whatsoever, and build momentum there, because there's a lot of DJs browsing SoundCloud for the newest sound. Us as well. To be honest, it's we probably hear your music earlier when it's on Hyped It or SoundCloud than when you send us a promo. Yeah,
Hmm.
because if it's good, it will get traction. Because people on SoundCloud are actively looking for new good music, and if you have new good music, it will spread. But if it's not good, it will probably not spread. And yeah, there's ways to be heard on there. But yeah, looking for a label, getting your music released is not a goal on itself. So, or releasing it, it's
Then
just music. It's music that needs to be heard, and
okay,
by
so
any
what is the goal
means
then?
necessary.
If releasing is not necessarily the goal, then what is the goal for you?
The goal is to make people dance.
Okay.
Yeah, within your vision. I mean, you have a vision as an artist, like, man, if I would be on the dance floor, this would make me move. And that's what you present to the people. And if they then really like it and they actually move, yeah, that's the goal. It's
Yeah.
dance music.
True.
But yeah,
True.
that's my opinion, my humbled opinion.
What about the creative control? So that you, if you sign with a label, they might want you to change something or.
Yeah, that's true. Then still you have the option of not releasing it at their label, or still do it. Yeah, sometimes maybe their opinion isn't so bad because the A&R has probably released a lot of records, heard a lot of music, and yeah. But that's also you can choose who you work with, who you trust, and who you don't trust, and still you can debate it and say, "Ma, I don't like it. I'm not gonna release it at your place."
Yeah.
Your label. Yeah, there's always a choice.
True. Um, like for me personally, I'm just approaching it from a starting artist who doesn't have the option to get signed or to reach out to A labels directly. I am a big fan of releasing it yourself, and that's simply because you can keep your flexibility, you can keep up the consistency as well, that you can keep up the pace. You're not kind of wasting time with waiting on labels and stuff to reply, because eventually, in the early days of your career, especially, it's one of the most important things is to get your music out there and to put it on SoundCloud and to put it on Hyped and to get it on Spotify and just get it out in those algorithms and stuff and start spreading it, because eventually that's what ignites your artist career to me.
I
and
totally agree.
and after that, if you've done that a couple of times and some tracks perform better than the others, obviously, then it might be interesting to get to a major label, or the major label comes to you because you've already done a lot of
Hmm.
stuff by yourself.
Hey, it's there's more ways to roam, obviously, because that
Mhm.
makes sense and it's a completely viable reason to do so. Um, we actually we just released Alibi, a song with together with Ev, and it's a really cool song. But I have to admit, we were doubting uh, to still do it because we weren't playing it. So for
Yeah.
me then it was like, okay, we have this dance record, but it's we're not playing it, we're not making people dance to it. Is it a dance record then? Or what is it? Why do we do this? And then we had a talk and we were in the process already and we had writers, so we were kind of obliged to still put it out. And we still worked it also because to be honest, I like it and it's a good song, but it's more a song to listen maybe, and then you get to the point. Okay, are we gonna bring out music to only listen to, not dance music? And yeah, we said yes. You never know what's gonna happen, especially on Spotify.
Mhm.
Spotify can be used as a marketing tool as well. If it gets a lot of playlists, then it's doing the marketing for you. It's also a way of looking at it. But I do also gotta admit, that's not what I really like, and not what I will opt for in the future soon.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get this itch, you want to do something with a vocal, you want to do an original track, and bam, you see it. It's not being, it doesn't make waves because, yeah, everybody wants covers nowadays. When
Nobody
people
cares.
then say, don't make covers, and you don't, then they will go like, fuck this shit.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna listen to it. But no, yeah, but that's it's always like, and you also have this brand which you want to guard. You know, if you bring out too much stuff just for bring it out and you don't know what's gonna happen, because I do get it. It's like shooting with hail. Eh?
Mhm.
If you shoot with a sniper, you're probably gonna miss, but if it's a hit, it's a kill. But with shooting with hail, you're probably gonna hit something earlier, but it's not per se a kill. Does this metaphor make any sense? I don't
Great one.
know,
Great
but
one.
fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um,
Truth
yeah,
bomb right
it
there.
could, yeah, but it could also hurt your brand. You know, it gets a little bit diffuse of what you stand for,
Yeah.
and but there's always a trade-off, and there's just multiple ways to roam, and whatever suits you and you're comfortable with. So I'm not against anything. I just have my own preference,
Yeah.
and you too,
Well,
and that's okay. It's okay to be different, Joey.
it's actually very strong to be different. It's one of the key points you need to have as an artist to be different, because that's what makes you unique. That's what makes you different from all the
Ah,
other people.
unique, weird is also a thin fine
Exactly.
line.
Well, weird is the same thing as unique, right? So
That
I
was
always,
our first like punchline was Bassjackers, let's get weird.
oh, really?
Yeah, in 2012 we released a free track called Let's Get Weird,
Hmm.
and it was the starting point of doing a release every month in for the first half of 2012, which was unique back in the days.
Yeah.
Mhm. No, it was a
Groundbreaking.
cool run. Yeah.
What what would you say are the pros of releasing yourself? What are some benefits of it?
Hey, complete control. complete financial gains. If you have a hit, I mean, doing it with a label, they get 65, 60%. You get 35, 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst you make it, it's actually weird, but that's how it works. Sometimes it's even 70-30. The label takes out the most of the revenues. So that's always a plus. Plus complete control. You don't have to, let's say, a football club wants to use your anthem for a video, and yeah, you can say like, okay, do it, and you don't have to go with anybody else. You don't have to ask permission of
Yeah.
anybody else.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
And what might be the cons for you, like the biggest cons?
Um, yeah, it depends on what kind of an artist. But if you have sent it out and nobody reacted, then yeah, d- don't use it as a tool to just release music, because releasing music is not the goal. The
No.
goal is to spread the music.
Yeah. So the
And
promotion, the marketing is more important.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely,
And
definitely.
I would say that's the biggest downside of self-releasing is that you have to do everything by yourself, right? So
Yeah, that's also true. I mean, making
yeah,
good music is definitely, but really definitely not enough.
no, exactly.
No,
It's
there's a
it's
lot
just the
that
start
comes
of
into
it.
play. Yeah.
I'm actually working on an online course right now for the online academy, which is
Oh, that's
focused
cool.
on this, as in the steps to take after you finished a good song.
Hmm.
And it's just I started writing down the topics like, okay, what should I talk about? And the list just got longer and
But
longer and
also the
longer.
possibilities are
It's
endless of
insane.
doing shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I would say is the biggest con of self-releasing is that you should do all the other things by yourself. You don't have a team to work with. You don't have
Yeah.
anyone to help you. Um, not someone to creatively brainstorm with or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all you. So
And you know also how it works when a track gets traction, let's say on Spotify,
yep.
then a label knows, okay, now I need to pay for this marketing here, for those banners here, maybe put up or having a plugger that I need to hire for a different territory. And um, yeah, it's hard to have all the knowledge at hand, which some of the labels do have. I actually see you have a Club 24 t-shirt of Denix brand.
Yeah, I got this from Danik. He gave me
Yeah.
this as a present.
I also know the girl who designs them.
Oh,
They're
really?
cool t-shirts.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
fit, to be honest. I like the
Yeah.
quality.
Oh, stand up. Show it to everybody.
I'm not sure if you can see it like this.
Oh, wow. Joey Suki. Hello.
Look at this. Free again.
Yeah. Free again. You're always free, man.
Yeah, that's
No, I
why.
like those shirts. Yeah, and the
That's why the
fit's
shirt
actually really
fits me.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it gave to me as a present. And I was like, it's not
that's
focused.
cool.
And I was like, hey, it's actually, it's also the kind of style I would wear, as in, yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
would buy it also.
yeah, like
So next time, Danik, don't give it to him. Let him buy it.
no, send me complete boxes, not just one.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
No, it's
I
good
actually
stuff.
know a lot of people that are also here where I live that like the. He's doing well.
Hmm.
They're distributing it to a lot of stores, I heard. So that's cool.
Let's get him into the podcast. Ask him about it.
Yeah, that's a good.
It looks, by the way, that he will also attend the ADE event. I'm working on it
Oh,
with him right now, so hopefully he'll be able to make it as well.
sweet. You can bring some
Um,
T-shirts.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Let's
keep your music at home, man. Bring the shirts.
yeah, bring a box of shirts. Let's get to some questions in the Discord from the community.
Yes.
There's a question from let's see which one. Bruno, this is
I
from
saw
nine.
Josh's name again at Hyped It. He was
What?
actually high in the charts.
Josh.
Yeah, he's doing good. I
Yeah, he's
wanted
doing
to
well.
say that. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Here's a question from Bruno. Hello, once again. I have a question. How do you guys calculate to do an exact 1 hour DJ set? Do you practice till getting to the hour? Do you use software or with your selection of tracks, you already know how many minutes the set is going to be.
Yeah, well, we practice, we use software, we do it all. I mean, we actually discussed it how to approach Tomorrowland. You
Yeah,
only get an hour, actually a little bit less.
but you don't prepare all the sets like that, right? It's just the super
Well,
important ones.
you prepare something like Tomorrowland, and that's actually like the blueprint for all you do for around for a long period. And of course, we made some new tracks already that are fitted in, but then you have like this base layer. That's what you play, and then you take out little pieces, and it's not like building the whole set again. Um, it's then it becomes easier, but it's all starts out like, okay, we have an hour. What's the A list? And in that you still have some variations, because if you play, let's say Tomorrowland, and later on you play another, just Dreamfields was just passed, and both are recorded, you don't want to play the same set all the time.
Hmm,
And you want to do a little bit, but still, most of the time it's still 80% the same set, 85. Yeah.
cool.
So that's how it works. Yeah, good question. And yeah,
Here's here's a question from Ishvaro. How is Ralph able to keep up releasing so much tracks?
I don't know, man.
Ghost producers.
If
A
you open this
ton.
door,
A
and
shitload of
oh, but you
ghost
also
producers.
have co-producers, you have collabs, which takes away a lot of the work. Um, but on the other hand, yeah, it's what I do and what I like, and
But
yeah,
is there a reason why you managed to make so many songs? Because
I
um,
always been a fast worker.
and how does that process look like? As in, are you just good with a decent 7, or do you want everything to be a 10?
Sometimes you put something out that's definitely not a 10. Let's phrase it like that. And also, we've like some of the tracks you put out, you're not totally happy with, but it's also sometimes you're happy with it, let's say in April, and then it comes out in September, and then your mind already switched.
Yeah.
The pipeline is always long. Um, where actually we had a big discussion of doing a track every 2 weeks for a certain period, or else we just wouldn't have enough time. Either people would come with the same idea, which something you don't want, but also you're just cannibalizing one of your own tracks. Let's say you do 3 tracks in 4 weeks time. Yeah, let's say
Hmm.
you're releasing a track now, and then in 4 weeks you do a track every 2 weeks, but you have playlists on Spotify. Let's say the main stage playlist, which it's a really good one. If you're in there, you're getting a lot of plays. And but let's say track one of the 4 weeks gets into main stage. Track two, the probability of it getting also the main stage playlist is just so slim.
Yeah, because it's an overload, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna put bass checkers for 3 times in a playlist of 50 tracks. They maybe do it for Tiesto and Guetta, or Gabri Ponte. He released a shitload of music, and he's doing really well in Germany because it's a German playlist. Um, but yeah, then that's the thing. But you can also see it like this: if I do those 3 tracks, the chances of one of those 3 getting into the main stage playlist is also bigger than if I would do it every month one, because you also have competition. And
Yeah.
it's always a trade-off, and you never know. You just pick a strategy, you think it through, commit to it, and then
Okay.
hope for the best.
So here's an interesting question then. Do you prefer to focus on quantity or quality at this point?
To be honest, that's not a trade-off, because I don't think quality comes with a lot of time put in a track.
No, but
Um,
do you mean that quality doesn't necessarily mean uh
Quality doesn't take time. With all the tools you have, with splice, loop masters, all these synths, everything, all the presets. man, there's so much quality in there. You
Yeah.
just have
So
to put the pieces together. Arrangements are where the trick is.
yeah. So a track these days is most likely to sound already perfect pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, you made already the hours in your sound design. I mean, and when you made the effort already, then it's going to be quicker for the next tracks.
Hmm.
And especially with the I every now and then I release or I put on Instagram or whatever how I master my tracks. Yeah, if you get acquainted to your process, and that doesn't change a lot in your career. Um, but sound wise, yeah, we're at a really good place. Sometimes we make tracks and they also go to an external master guy, and everybody picks our master, which is always for me a really big compliment.
Yeah.
And but that also just says like you're on a good track. And
Okay.
I should actually send them an invoice for it.
Send
Yeah.
them an invoice. Yeah. And just a quick question, like how much tracks did you make this year and how many got released or are going to be released?
Yeah, I don't keep track, but if I look at it, I always have this folder which is called releases. It's pretty convenient, and the tracks that are just released, we do a lot of bootlegs also.
Hmm.
So and the ones we just released, I give them 00 numbers, so they're on top, and there in there I also have a content folder from which I can post content. But I've there still have Artemas with the Kiss Me bootleg we did. We have the Move Adam Port. We made a bootleg of that one, and Simon Says they're still on top. Why are they on top still? They do really well, so I want to pick some content of Marlon playing it every now and then and post it. And then I have, yeah, here I think 20 tracks that are viable to be released. They're all totally done, and from there on, it's gonna be pick your darlings, of or kill your darlings process
Yeah.
because
So
not all 20 will be released.
not
But
all
I see
20.
here this is no, and then we have here this is Sparta. It contains a sample of the Sparta. It's a cover version, but we could release it, but we're not gonna. So probably gonna put that out as a bootleg. We try to stay high of Tough Low as a cover, but that's not gonna go down, and so that will go out as a bootleg as well. Then we have 18 left.
Mm.
I have a track here with a vocal that says "I'm so techno." Yeah, Marlon doesn't play it anymore, so then we have like, okay, it was nice for a period, but
Yeah.
okay, "Kill Your Darlings." That one is going to in the rubbish folder,
Okay.
and but we have some really good ones coming out. With "Can't Get You Out of My Head" of Kylie Minogue. That's actually it's just being it's going to be released the 27th of September. It's a really cool track together with Wasbach, he's called. He's an Italian guy. In Dutch, it's Wasbach, which is actually a weird name in Dutch. But it's a cool track. It's a remake of the Kylie Minogue one. It's cleared, so it's good to go. We have a lot in clearance. And yeah, there's a lot going on for us.
You
So
kind of took this question and took the time to shell all your new releases.
that's how it goes, man. You take your chance and shill it.
Like the full
I
release
mean,
schedule.
no, but yeah, I'm actually really proud. Yeah, I didn't even say anything because some stuff I want to keep secret, but I also know which one is coming next to Can't Get You Out of My Head, and the one after that. Oh, you have also a cool track with the alarm clock, Wake the Fuck Up. It's also on our TikTok, actually doing really well. That's like 2.5 million views on TikTok already.
Holy shit. That's sick.
And
Oh,
yeah, we
I
used
saw that
the
clip.
iPhone alarm clock. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw the clip of it a couple of times. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, nice. Um,
I like
another,
gimmicks.
yeah, worked great. Another good question comes from Renzo. Do you think it's possible to overshare tutorials as an artist? So,
No,
so to kind of overshare the techniques that you use in because you're afraid that you give away your secret ingredient or something.
no, man. No, because it just doesn't work like that. nobody can copy anybody else. People just share insights, and from those insights you should make your own knowledge. And there's no other way. You can do everything I do exactly the same, but then it already exists and the people already know it. It will just not be anything.
Okay. So no
Yeah.
oversharing. It's just
No, 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 no. Oh, hey, people. I actually always gave away the tracks, the whole tracks, the whole files.
yeah, you did like in the
Also,
academy
the
as
one
well.
with Kashmir,
Yeah.
memories. Yeah, it's out there. Everything is out there,
Yeah.
and you can just take the zip file, load it into FL Studio, and if you have all the plugins, it will work. And of course, I also gave a lot away of the wave files, so everybody could look how it looked in the waveforms, how many things were in there. But
Hmm.
hey, you can take all the samples. Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Trust me, if Tiesto would share everything with somebody, you cannot do what he does.
True. That's true. Um,
So, a question for you in there.
no, it's all Ralph this time.
Ah, man, I hate that Ralph.
Yeah, and it's all focused on music stuff and production and
Yeah, but hey, I like the production questions a lot because, to be
oh,
honest, we've not been focused on a lot of production questions.
there's actually one just coming in right now from Suksh. Uh,
Hmm.
does Ralph keep his bass mono or use some plugin to make it more stereo? In the
My
past,
bass,
yeah, your bass. In the
my sub,
past,
oh,
the
yeah.
internet was full of tutorials of always keep the bass mono, but listening to tracks, you notice a lot some widening above, say, 60 hertz.
Yeah, 60 hertz. That's quite low. I would probably keep that mono. I'm actually pretty sure in my book that's always mono. Um, hey, but it's always good to just experiment with it.
Hmm.
But yeah, um, taking it to external sound, like monitors or just sounds in a club or so. It's better to keep the low end, everything beneath, let's say 150, 200 for that matter, just mono. And from that point, you can always try it out. But I was actually working on a baseline track the other day and also checked out a lot of the old Dada Life stuff.
Oh,
And
that
their
sounds
bass
so
lines
sick.
were really stereo, but more in the mids and the high end.
Well,
Um, but that's just too much. You can always use a little bit of detune on the whole synth. If it's like like sub, I would just keep it mono. I think it
yeah.
will be weird when it's stereo.
Yeah, I
And
don't think it sounds that great on at especially the bigger sound systems.
now you could get phasing. I don't
Yeah.
know, but you also have the tools for that. It's probably possible nowadays. You can invert your phase, which might help and give a cool effect.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm not so acquainted with the low end being stereo.
me neither.
No.
There's another question from Kane Scott coming in. Says, I'm a big fan of your track Komt-ie dan, hè? With those
Yeah.
old school rave sounds, super cool. I also produce big room techno myself, and now my question is, would there be a market for picking up that sound and continuing it?
Well, it's being done quite a lot. I mean, that's what I call more the rave generator sounds. We all know the rave generator 1 and 2. There's a lot being done with it. There's a big market for it. Yeah, it's still vibrant. I still open up the rave generators quite a lot.
Mm,
And like also Maddox just did a track. It's oh man, it's a remake of also a pretty recent track,
an
but
old
he
school
did
one.
such a cool job, and it has like this Dominator synth in it,
Mm,
and man, it's really cool.
okay.
And yeah, I saw something at Ben Nicky, someone plays something also with the old sound, and then when I hear that, I go like, "Fuck, let's reopen the rave generator again." But it's
Yeah.
also being done a lot, and I liked Comty Dan also, yeah. But that sound with the T99.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
vocal also from Chucky and Dark
no,
Raver?
it's Dark Raver. Yeah.
I thought it was a combination between the two.
No, DJ Norman did
Ah,
it.
yeah, DJ Norman. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
true. Cool. I know you have to go a little bit
Yeah.
earlier today, so let's just keep it here. I just want to mention once again for people who are going to attend ADE this year, we have our event up and running for the community for now. It will go live for everyone else later on, but if you want to get your tickets with a 20% discount, it's for community exclusive only in our Discord. So if you want to come, make sure to go to our Discord and check out the ADE tab. There's a 20% discount right there. And we'll be back next week, hopefully with Jay again.
Yeah, he got a little kid, and her name is
Uh,
Ivy, and it's really cool.
he will probably have like bags under his eyes.
Oh man, he's gonna be. Yeah, you
Uh,
didn't text back, huh? You saw me texting
no,
him.
the guy replied 2 3 days later, man. He's just busy doing something else, I guess. He's just
Yeah,
enjoying life. We can learn from
I
that.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. We wish him all
Okay.
the best.
Me too. Everyone,
And I'm glad
thank you
I'm
for.
not the one with a little kid right now.
No, we've got two, but they're already a bit older.
Yeah, my youngest is already 2.5, so
Yeah, man.
half a year, and then I'm no more diaper duty. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Nice. Okay, we'll see you next week, everybody.